Hello, everybody. My name is Zach.
I am Mason. We are the Heart of the Cards,
Welcome to our second episode on this channel.
and we are doing a Tenpai Dragon deck. And
For
um,
for those of you who don't know, real quick, Tenpai Dragon is basically an OTK deck. So no matter what, you just try to kill your opponent on the spot going second. It's like Cyber Dragon but modern.
yes, exactly. And it is kind of expensive, but we will tell you some budget options.
And also the tin will be coming soon, so don't worry about that if you're worried.
Let's get started. So we'll do three Tenpai Dragon Fadra. What this does, it's you special or normal, and then you can search Singing Kaiman or Singing Summoning. What Singing Summoning does is it can search another card and kind of the same with Singing Kaiman, but you can add from deck to hand or special summon from hand. Now we're doing two Storadora. Some people were wondering why are you playing three. I think it's kind of somewhat a brick, somewhat, but I play tested this some bit and I think it's pretty good. So what this does, it is you normal summon it and then you basically search a fire dragon from deck to hand. Next, we do two Genroku. Again, some people want to play three, but I think it's like I think it could be good at three. I just like two because again you don't want to open three or I think two is still too much to open, but two I think is perfect because if this is added from not added, not like if you search and then add to hand, you can special, and then it will this level will become four instead of three, and then let's say if you have Hydra in already in on your field, then you can go in for a single play.
I see.
Next, we do two Fadra. Some people like one, but I think two is good because it just it's like there already some Tenpai cards. Like the next one I'm going to show you is at one, so I would like to. It's better to bring it at two, I think. Now we do one Chandra. This is the card that's one basically. If there's Fire Dragon on the field, you can special it, and it's also tuner, so it can help you go into single plays as well. Then we do one blaster. This is good with Gold Sark. It will make you search your Tenpai cards, and by Gold Sark I mean Gold Sarcophagus. Um, Next I do one Bestial Magnemite. Basically, on either player's turn, you can um banish from your graveyard or your enemy's graveyard a layer dark monster and special it, and once you do that, you can search for a dragon monster.
Mm.
Then we do three unicorn again. This is kind of expensive, but as budget option, we can do three Dino Wrestler Pinkertops. It's not as good, but still a good budget option. Then for the hand traps, we do three Ash Blossom. What this does is it's once your opponent makes effect, add to deck to hand or special summon from deck or send a card from deck to graveyard. You can send this card to graveyard and negate the effect.
Basically says no to any
Yes.
deck effects.
Yeah, and then three Golden Awkward. Basically, if you send this to graveyard, and your opponent wants to add from deck to hand, that effect still goes through, but any more effect from deck to hand is no. Three Effect Veiler. Basically, what this does is if your opponent activates an effect on field, it's negated. Then one Nibiru. And this, if your opponent summons five or more monsters, they get a Nibiru token, and you get this, and it wipes their board. That's it for the monsters, guys. Let's go on to spells. So now on to spells. We do one Singing Summoning, one Singing Kaiman. What this does is a field spell. You can put in your field card zone, and you can add a Tenpai or Fire Dragon monster from deck to hand.
I'd like to also mention real quick that Sangen summoning, your opponent can't do anything against your Tenpai cards.
Yeah, exactly.
So they can't ash any of them.
And then we do one Terraforming to search Singing Kaiman. Singing Summoning, I mean. Then we do one chicken game. It's we don't search this off this. We do that with the next card, and that is set rotation. What this does is search two field spell card, which will be Chicken Game and Sing Summoning, and then this will go onto my side of the field. This will go onto your opponent's.
And they're both set too, I believe.
Yes, set. And then we do one Gold Sark. This is for Blaster.
So you banish Blaster. Blaster's effect, you can grab your Tenpai, and that's your starter, basically.
Exactly. We do 3 Ultimate Slayers, which is good for to stop their extra deck plays. So we play one like mostly not every extra deck, but every extra deck type monster in the extra deck to stop most of them. So when we do 3 Droplet, what this does is I'm pretty sure it would negate the effects, right?
Yes.
And then your monster's attacks are halved.
You'd have to send a few cards for
Yes, exactly.
For each one.
We do 2 Lightning Storm. This happens if you control no cards, and then you play it, and then it either clears your opponent's monsters or opponent's spells and traps. And then we play 1 Pot Fury. Good if you brick. And we only can play 1 because it's that one.
Another thing too I want to mention is that with Pot's Prosperity and the Unicorns, if you're forced to go first, it would suck, yes, but with both of them you can set up a threat and as well as a draw 2 advantage.
And
just 1 with this card, but
yeah, and then for the traps we do 3 Infinite Impermanence. Now on to extra deck. We play 1 Shrine Dragon. This requires a level 7 or any monster that's equal up to level 10. What happens is it's you can pop 2 cards on the opponent's side and gain 2 extra attacks, which goes into game really fast. Then we do 1 Sangenpai Bident Dragion. Not exactly the same thing, but like it is all monsters your opponent controls must attack. And then if able, your opponents can opt out if cards are affected in the battle phase. If this card is synchro summon, you can change all monsters and fields to attack position. If 3 or more attacks happen to with search quick effects, special summon this card from your graveyard. And then 2 Sangenpai Bident Dragion. Basically, this is the first synchro card you want to go into because it's just a starter kind of to get into either this one or that one. And then what happens is basically if you attack through, it's basically kind of like this one, that one, but worse. But if you attack 3 or more cards, 3 more times, you can bring this back. And then also once you summon this, you can special summon one of the cards you used or any Tenpai cards from the graveyard to the field. And then let's say if it's level 3, you can go into Transcendent or Trident. 1 Q Belt, and then if this card is synchro summon, you can target 1 card on the field, destroy it. This card on the field is destroyed. Yeah. 1 Ancient Fairy. This is helpful for the field spells. 1 Black Rose, and this is
your board wipe. Basically.
Yeah, your board wipe. 1 Moonlight, and that is
your bounce.
Yeah, your bounce. Super Star Slayer Typhoon. It's like Zeus.
That's slightly better because it's easier to bring out and your opponent can't do anything against it.
Yeah, 1 Heraldic Seals. If you want to be a dragon duelist, you have to play this. Promethean Princess Bestower of the Flames. Okay, so what happens is 2 effect monsters. You can outspell some monsters except fire monsters, so that's good for you because you only play fire monsters really in your main deck anyway. And you can use each of the following effects from once per turn during your main phase. You special summon 1 fire monster from your graveyard. If your opponent if a monster is special summoned to your opponent's field while this card is in the graveyard, except during the damage step, you can target 1 fire monster you control and 1 monster your opponent's control, destroy them if you do special summon this card. And then 1 Hida the Fire Charmer.
Basically, you're reborn for fires in your grave or your opponents.
And then this one doesn't really come up that much for me. It's World Dragon Atlantis. You can use the effect of each following effects. Basically, you can banish all monsters on the field that special summon as many monsters as possible that were banished. Striker Dragon. It's one of the cards I use for Ultimate Slayer. And then Goriah. It helps you draw if you use it as Ultimate Slayer. And that's it for the extra deck.
So real quick, I just want to give you guys some budget options. So for this one right here, I call him the Golden Dragon just because I'm too lazy to figure out the names.
Kinroku.
Thank you. What I was thinking for this one, until the 10, is if you want, you could play more board wipes. So maybe like Dark Hole, Regeki, maybe Harpy Feathers Duster if you're feeling, if you feel real spicy. Maybe some Kaijus too. I play Kaijus in mine. And then for this one, I was thinking, since I forgot to grab the big guy, the one that can attack 3 times, I was thinking for your budget option. Now hear me out real quick. Thank you. You play Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon instead. So what you do, instead of having this guy, is you have this guy out, bring this one back, or any level 3 that's not a tuner, sync these two into Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. Not only is it a free K body, but as well as going first, you do have an extra negate. So you'd have that, you have your pot card to draw you some advantages, and your cashier as a threat. Just as a tip for you guys.
And if you can't afford the cashier unicorn, use 3 Dynamos of the piping.
Or another card too is Alpha the Master of Beasts, which is a 3,500 attack. And
Exactly.
it could bounce too, but that effect for this doesn't come off that often.
Exactly.
So real quick, I meant to ask you this last video, but what inspired you to get into Dragon Rulers?
Dragon Rulers, I saw a tier list. I think it was by a YouTuber named Leprechaun. All the Dragon Knights I've been playing were in either S or A tier. So, Dragon Rulers caught my eye, and Tenpai caught my eye, so I started building those.
I see. And for the tier list, I'll leave a video in the description below in case you guys were wondering. But I think that's all the time we have.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for watching.
3 seconds from now, because I.
See you in the next one.